Hey guys, Kevin Z here. I am coming to you live from our office patio in Toronto. And yeah, I'm using this new software called Ecamm Live, which is actually going to allow me to offer a much better, more interactive experience with you. For example, I can pop on over to our presentation now, still say on screen, show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, go through the whole presentation, and then also easily toggle to go through demos, everything that I'm working on here, really all the new stuff we're working on, including the Cisco Meraki update, and all that stuff will be better displayed using this new software. So that being said, welcome to this week's Wi-Fi Wednesday. Unfortunately, there was no Zoom today. I couldn't start my Zoom meeting for some reason. I don't know why. I'll look into that, but I am able to go directly live on Facebook. And forgive me because I'm just quickly checking out how this software works while I'm live, because it's the first time I'm live using better displayed using this new software. Very cool. I see that lag as well. I'll just close these tabs and get right into it. So as you guys know, this week we are going to be talking about some new stuff. So I posted in the Facebook group. We had those new presentations that I posted a long time ago. We have the new firmware that we came out with. We have everything right now in Spanish to let you know that we are going to be coming out with French later this week. And then thank you to those who voted in the group. We're going to be coming out with Brazilian Portuguese as well next week. Sorry, Brazilian Portuguese, yes, next week. And all the other ones that were voted on. All right, so I quickly, instead of going through a presentation today, I just wanted to literally go through one of the newest, most exciting things that we just launched, which is our Cisco Meraki integration. Okay, so let me just adjust my screen just a little bit here because I got things in the way. Let's see if that works. Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, guys. So I'm going to show you guys the Cisco Meraki new integration. I'm also going to dive through quickly. I saw a lot of questions in the group about Zapier and about MailChimp, about how to tag users, about how to add users to groups and all that. So I'm going to quickly demo that right now. Keep in mind, this Zapier you don't have to just use with MailChimp. You could use with over 1,500 integrations that they have, and we also have about 60 or 70 pre-made templates that you guys can all use. Okay, so let me show you how to add and provision Cisco Meraki devices. So in your platform, you click on Devices. And actually, sorry, let me just switch over to this tab. There we go. Sorry, just getting used to this new software. So when I'm in Devices, I click on Add New Device. Here I can add it to any location. I can name it whatever I want. Then I click on Cisco Meraki. Now here, there was the existing manual setup that those of you who used Meraki before are familiar with. You have to physically type in every single MAC address. Then you had to go follow about 5 steps in the Meraki cloud. While that wasn't very difficult, this is just ridiculously easy. So here's what you do. First, when you're in Meraki, you click on the Cisco Meraki logo. It asks you for an API key. So what you do is hop on over to your Meraki dashboard. Under Organization, go to Settings. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have API access enabled. So right over here, you have Dashboard API access. This should be checked. And then once that's checked, you click on this link over here to go to your profile. All right, within your profile, if you scroll down, you're going to see an area here for API access and API keys. Click on Generate New API Key. It's going to present this API key to you one time. So make sure you copy it. You just click on that to copy it. But make sure you store it and save it, because once you click I've stored it, you will never be able to get it from Cisco again. Okay, so there we go. I created it. Right down here, I see this is the one ending in 7536. It was created right now. It was never used. Okay, so I hop on back to the My Wi-Fi platform, and I simply paste that API key I just got. Click on Proceed. Then it pulls back the exact settings that I have. So in Cisco, you go by Organization, and then Network, and then SSID. So here I'm going to choose the organization, which is our company. Then I choose the network. And then within the network, I can apply these settings to a specific SSID. So I'll apply it to this network that I have set up in our office. It confirms those settings with me. And that's it. I'm done. Those 7 steps have now been done automatically for me. I don't need to go in and do anything anymore. You can also see over here, if I refresh over here, It is likely last used by us now. There we go. And everything is provisioned automatically. Everything is set up automatically. There's literally nothing else for you to do. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That's now live in the dashboard. I also wanted to quickly show you guys now that, let's say I have this Meraki setup and I have this location. I actually need to assign a campaign to this location, so I will go ahead and do that. I'll just hop into another location. Here, I'll jump to this Meraki demo. And let's say I wanted to set up a new automation, and I know that it was requested in the group. How do I add somebody to MailChimp and then tag them or group them to know if they've come back 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and have those metrics on MailChimp or on a third-party software? So how you do that is go to Add New Automation. You can do this on Connect in real time because it doesn't really matter. You're just basically tagging somebody. Automation name is, let's say, MailChimp second visit. Okay, so I'll apply it to this location, all campaigns. Then what I want to choose here is Zapier. Now keep in mind, I can use MailChimp, but our integration with MailChimp is great for adding new users the first time or updating those users. We don't yet have that tagging functionality. Primarily is like we didn't build it because what Zapier allows you to do is far more flexible than it's worth us building ourselves. So it's really easy to do this. As you can see, in just a few clicks, you can accomplish exactly the same thing. So you go over here, you click on Create New Zap. Now here, I think in MailChimp, the use of groups is better. Primarily because I can show you tags are great, but groups is really what it's meant to have, like a groups of Wi-Fi users, and then within that group you can say first time, second time, third time users. So in this case, sorry, let me just go back. I'm going to change this so it doesn't happen always. This happens by visits, and this happens when people visit, let's say, for the second time. So this automation will not trigger the first time. This will only trigger for repeat users to put them into a separate MailChimp group for repeat customers, or in fact, you can make it 3 visits and call it loyal customers. Okay, so every time a user connects for the 3rd time, I'll click on Zapier. I will create a new Zap. And as you see, we have a ton of pre-made templates. For ease of use, I'm going to choose the existing one that we have here for MailChimp, which is add new Wi-Fi guests as MailChimp subscribers. I will click on use that Zap. I'll get a pop-up from Zapier telling me, yes, this is what I want to do. I continue. I can test the integration that I have. To add an account, you have your Zapier API key. You simply click on Add New Account. You paste your API key that's displayed on the previous screen over here. That's how you add your account for the first time. In this case, I've already added it, and I tested it. It works. So I click on Continue. And then here, I can call it MailChimp Add. And I can see the sample that it pulled. I can pull more samples if I want. It's obviously a sample guest. Here I want to add or update a new subscriber. So you can see it's not only adding, but it's also the ability to update those subscribers. I can test my MailChimp integration here. To add your MailChimp integration, same thing, really easy. Click on Connect. They don't really deal with API keys in Zapier. You just log in with MailChimp using your MailChimp username and password. It'll automatically map up all of your integrations really easily. So it's like kind of like one, does the same thing that our API key does, in fact. So you continue on here. And then here's where you can customize it. So you can add an audience. An audience in MailChimp is just like, a list. So let's say this is an audience is by a location. Then I want to click on Show Advanced Options. If you saw that, I just did that over here. And let me just make this all bigger so you can see it all. So I click on Show Advanced Options. And then over here, it shows exactly what's been pre-mapped up. So here I see the subscriber email is all mapped up and the user that's connected. Now I can go down over here to Update Existing. You want to make sure that this is yes. It's yes by default. And then I can also deal with groups. So as I mentioned, groups are great because groups allow you to group similar users, so users of a location. Within that, there's a group called Wi-Fi users, and within Wi-Fi users, there's first time, third time, loyal, whatever, right? So in MailChimp, I can show you very quickly actually how to set up those groups. For those who ask specifically, because a lot of you are used to using tags, but in fact, using groups in MailChimp for this functionality is better. You can still use tags if you want through Zapier. You can do all that, but I think MailChimp is cool because you can do this because, as you'll see in a second, it allows you to group people logically. So here I just log in to my MailChimp account. Here I have just a sample staging account that we use here. And apologies, I think I'm already logged in. Telling me to log in again. I see I am not logged into my LastPass right now, so I hope I remember my password. Give me 1 second, guys. My apologies. I have to log into my LastPass here. Sorry, guys. It's like Fort Knox over here. Alrighty, should be good now. So back to MailChimp. And where are you, LastPass? Loading slowly. Sorry, guys. As you can see, there we go. So once I'm in, I go to my audience. In this case, I'm using the audience of Wi-Fi test. You go down to, on the side here, to manage audience, and you go to settings. Now, in manage contacts, if you click on that drop down, you will see something called groups. Okay, there's tags. Tags is what a lot of you are used to, but tags, in this case, serves a different purpose. I personally think groups is better. And then here, you can view this group. So in this group, you have Wi-Fi users. So at a, let's say you have your list level is your location. Under that, you have Wi-Fi users. Within Wi-Fi users, you have first-time users, returning users, loyal users, or MIA. You can also set an action if somebody does not come back in 14 days, trigger an automation to add them to the MIA group, which means they're missing an action. Maybe you should automate something to get them back. Okay, so in this case, I just want to show you where the group is and where the subgroups are. So let's go back to Zapier here. So here's where I select my groups. And here I can replace all, I can add only, or replace matching. Here I want to do replace matching because if somebody is in that group, if first-time users will be removed from the first-time user group once they're loyal. They shouldn't necessarily be in two groups. That's why with tags, you have to always worry about removing the tag. It becomes a big pain in the ass, right? So groups is a lot easier. And here I choose replace matching. And here I can say, because it was I set the automation to say the third time that the person connects, trigger this automation. That's what I want to choose, the loyal tag. So now it's going to replace the group for this individual. When they connect for the third time, it's going to now put them into the loyal group. And that's it. I click on continue. I can test this if I want. Send test to MailChimp. Test was done. Success. Click on finish. I can then turn that zap on when I want. But let's just hop on back to MailChimp and refresh over here. And whoops, I got to open it up. And it might just take a second actually with Zapier. Oh, there we go. So here I have the email that I added, first name, last name. It's a loyal Wi-Fi user. I subscribed originally added in 2015, but now I was updated today at this time to be a loyal Wi-Fi subscriber. Okay, now what's cool is that you can also click through and you can see my whole log. You can see exactly, and you can do all your ratings if you're using MailChimp right over here. You can see in groups This is great. With tags, it just gets really, really hairy. So tags, again, can be added here. You can do the same kind of thing. You can tag somebody on their first connection, great, but then you really want to know where they sit right now. And that's what you use groups for on that, with that functionality. All right, so please comment on this video below. One final thing I want to add is because actually I got a notification, I see a lot of other groups doing this. I just want to be clear about this message I made earlier today, that the Facebook algorithm is kind of funny. So I understand that if the percentage of people within a group are not engaging, Facebook actually just, I won't say blacklists, but if you like the page and you like the content that you're seeing, you won't see it as often. So we were recommended by our Facebook reps to get engagement going and just really remove people from the group who aren't engaged. So feel free to just comment on this post, make some kind of engagement so I know that you're still here. You'll avoid this automated tool that I'm using to scan engagement in the group. Not to say that I'm just going to like kick you out. I'm just going to want to see who's engaged and who's not. So that's what this is for. So make sure you comment on this. Let me know what you can use help with right now. If you're stuck, what's your biggest roadblock? And I forgot to add, if you have a success story to share, please share it here because I'm kind of asking for pain points, but you really should be sharing a lot of like cool stuff. So make sure you comment on this, and that's right there in the group. That's me live right there. And yeah, this is pretty awesome. And also, please comment on this video right here below. Let's see if I can get this going live, or I should say right up there. And please let me know if you like this new format of presentation, because in some ways, now that I'm getting used to it, it is much better than what we had before. All right, so on that note, thank you everyone for joining. Take care, and I'll talk to you all soon.